This is a sample of a lattice quilt. Now you know lattice work, right? It's the white lines between things. This is so beautiful. I really love this. And by the way, the fabrics I'm using are from the Autumn Breeze collection from Ben Artex. We will link those in the description. Well, how do you make the lattice quilt? It's very simple. All you need to learn to do is make one of these units. Now, all I'm using here are 5-inch pre-cuts. These were charms. You can cut your own squares, 5 inches square. I'm taking 2 different colors. So you have my 2 different greens. Put them face to face and cut it diagonally in 2. All right, just like that. Now I'm going to set him aside because I'm going to make one of these units from what's left here and a white strip of fabric that measures 1.5 inches thick and 8 inches long, okay? 1.5 inches thick is also the width of a honey bun, you know, which is the half version of a jelly roll. So when I have my halves cut here, I've got 2 different colors and I've got my white strip. What I want to do is fold the white strip in half, and you can press it real quick on a corner. I'm going to do that. You can also just pinch it and hold it for a second. Same thing we're going to do with this. Let me turn this a little bit. I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to make a little crease at this corner here. And the reason why is it's going to help me line it up. We don't have to do a lot of measuring on this. I'm going to lay this on my sewing machine with the peak pointed up. And look, when I take these apart, they each now have a peak as well. See, the peak is pointing up. So I want to take this first one and match the peaks at the top, right there, and right here. And I'm just going to stitch a 1/4 inch line right across here, okay? I've matched my upper peak, so we're in good shape. Now you might want to pin these. I'm not pinning these for the demo, but you probably should because you want to have a nice result. All right. So with that done, I'm going to pull this guy back. I'm not going to press him yet, but I'm going to take my other color, and it's the same thing. The peak is pointing up here. I'm going to lay this on there, just like we did the first piece. And again, I'm going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam across this. Now we have the makings of what's going to be the unit for the lattice work quilt. We're just going to do a quick trim and then we're about done. Okay, so we're almost finished. We're just going to trim this. Now what's funny is we started with 5-inch squares, right, charm size. That's what we're going to end up trimming down to, because by cutting this angle and all, we have enlarged this whole thing. So with my trimming tool here, I'm going to make sure my 5-inch line, I'm going to make sure I can see fabric behind my 5-inch line on both of these. And my 45-degree angle line through this should go right through the center of our white fabric. Now I want you to mark these when you do this. I haven't marked, I'm just going to eye this, but again, I'm just going to show you how to make the little unit. So I'm going to trim that off there and trim that off there. And then rotate it twice. Do it again. This time I'm going to line up my 5-inch line on my new edges here and make sure my 45 looks like it's going down right down the center of the white. And so this, folks, is it. If you can do this, you have an entire lattice work quilt at your disposal, because look, this is just one of the units, and it doesn't matter. I'll turn it this way, I'll turn it that way. That's how you make the unit. This is the key to a lattice quilt. These are gorgeous. I hope you will make one. I hope you will like us and subscribe to us and give us a nice heart and all that good stuff. And happy sewing.